Let's go, Dodgers!
This year's team is incredible. We've got players from North Carolina, Utah, Arizona, and California. So we all combined to make a great team, and we're learning to play the game with each other and really starting to gel. We had 2 games yesterday. Lost the first game 9-8. It was a very close game. Had a couple of miscues, but I think the second game it all came together. We won that game 14-6, and the group really seems to like each other and play well together. So.
This year's Arizona team is basically our 35 and over Central. We just finished the league there. We won the championship there out of New York, and quite a few of our players couldn't make it here because of all the COVID situation this year. So we have some of our regular Texas players here, and they picked up a couple more from Texas, one from Arizona and one from Utah. So to help us out and fill in the spots that we need, that we lost out due to the COVID situation going on this year.
Okay. You feel how confident you feel you go far?
We're a good team. We're missing a few of our good pitchers, but we picked up a few guys that hopefully can tow us in the right way here.
APNvideo.com is on the air, and today we're coming to you from the winter home of the Cincinnati Reds and the Cleveland Indians. It's Goodyear Baseball Park in Goodyear, Arizona. And today we're in the 45 and over Cactus Division of the 2020 Men's Senior Baseball League's World Series. A pair of 1-win, 1-loss teams as the Orange County Dodgers and the Nassau Yankees battle in a pivotal Game 3 of this year's World Series. My name is Jeff Lowery with APN Video. So glad you could join us. We're getting set to go here. And the right-hander on the mound is Nate Jack. And the rumor has it he is the older brother of Clayton Kershaw, and he will toe the rubber here today for Jeffrey Brown. And he will be facing first batter up, Roger Young. No balls and 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss, and a 3-pitch strikeout for Nate Jack, and this game is underway. That'll bring up Anthony Vasquez. And the first pitch to him is a called strike, 0-1. It'll be Roger Young, Vasquez, and then Gary Jackson. This ball is hammered foul down the right side, and the count quickly on Vasquez. No balls and 2 strikes. Texas native Gary Jackson on deck. No score, top of the first inning. That's high, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Yankees coming in, 1 win, 1 loss, +2 in the runs and runs allowed. They have given up 9 runs through the first 2 games. Pretty good. They've scored 11, given up 9. The Dodgers have scored 25 through the first 2 games, but they have given up 15, but they have a bigger run differential. And I think really in the MSBL World Series, I think runs allowed may be maybe even more important than the run differential. So Anthony Vasquez, the second place hitter in the lineup. Tom Broderick, the manager of the Nassau Yankees. And here's a line drive base hit down the right field line. So over to get it quickly is Craig Ganster, and he quickly gets it back into the infield. That's going to bring up Gary Jackson. Had a chance to talk to Gary for a little while, and nice guy, and truly loves the game of baseball. And he's out here hoping that this Nassau Yankees team will be vying for a national championship, and I think the same goes for probably each and every player on both teams here today. I think both these teams have a shot at it. Of course, I think the Puget Sound Twins look awfully good, too. Had a chance to see them play, and that's a pretty good team. That might be your favorite, and the Diamond Dogs are pretty good. And you got these two teams, and so that kind of gives you a little preview of the 45 and over Cactus Division. Top of the first inning, runner at first. The 2-2 pitch, the left-handed hitting Gary Jackson, and he hits a high chopper to the first baseman. He spears it, he throws to short, and he gets the out there. Nice job. Jackson with good speed, threat to steal. Lane getting the start at shortstop. And next up is going to be Tim Devine, the cleanup hitter for Tom Broderick's Nassau Yankees. The Dodgers are being managed by Jeffrey Brown, who set up today's broadcast, and we appreciate both managers for being in part of it. Jackson was going on the pitch, and it swung on and fouled out of play. Here in the top of the first inning, no score with Gary Jackson at first base. And this one is by the shortstop out into center field. A hard hit single, and runners will be at first and second. The second hit of the day, Tim Devine with a hard hit ball. It took a bad hop on Lane at shortstop. And Spud couldn't come up with it. And now today's starting pitcher, Rich Gurecki. So runners are at first and second. As the Dodgers are trying to get across the first run of the ball game here in the top of the first inning. The check of the runner and the pitch, and that one's fouled straight back. So Nate Jack, the starting pitcher, in a little hot water here in the first inning, 2 out. He has given up 2 hits. He has struck out 1. And now facing the 5th hitter in the lineup in Rich Gurecki. Lee Sal is on deck for the Yankees, hoping for an opportunity here. And it's low and away, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. First walk issued by Nate Jack. And the first pitch is ball 1 to Steve Lee Sal. And he takes inside, and it's 2-0. 2 men out here in the top of the first inning, but the Yankees have the bases loaded, and Nate Jack, as we mentioned, it is rumored that he is the older brother of Clayton Kershaw, but because he's right-handed, he was kind of an outcast from his family. That's a strike, and he really needed that one. 2 balls and 1 strike. The wind, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Big cut. So now the count goes to 2-2. So let's see if Nate Jack can get out of this inning. Base is loaded, 2 out, and the 2-2 pitch is hammered foul down the right field line. That goes up into the seats. Our wonderful COVID crowd here at Goodyear Ballpark. Another 2-2 pitch. And a bouncing ball to first. That's a fine play right there. I thought that was Matt Kemp for a moment. Outstanding play by Acevedo, and that'll retire the side. So we go to the bottom of the first inning. They leave 3. Skills McFadden will lead things off here for the Orange County Dodgers. It'll be McFadden, Ganster, and Carlos Cruz Acevedo. First pitch called strike, 0-1. Let's look at the Yankees on defense. As you get a look at Rich Gurecki, the starting pitcher today. It might be David Cohn. That might be a typo. I saw the 33. I think David Cohn was 33. Kind of looks like David Cohn from here. Maybe not up close. Let's see if he can pitch Cohn-like here today. He's going up against a guy you want to keep off the base paths. So let's look at the defense of the Yankees. Nassau at first, Johnson at second, Vasquez and Msbl short and third. Gary Jackson in left field. You got Roger Young in center. And Fontalvo is in right field. The catcher is Tony Simone, and Gurecki doing the pitching, and he wanted that one. Bottom half of the first inning, the Yankees left them loaded. And a chopper foul. Another 2-strike pitch coming up. And that one off the trademark, and this could be trouble. Cut off by Msbl, and the throw scooped out nicely by Nassau at first base. So a good play by Doc down at third base. Doc Mike Msbl. Ganster, the second place hitter. He takes a strike to even the count at 1-1. Bottom of the first inning, no score. Dodgers Yankees on APNvideo.com. Big curveball, 2-1. Well, we've got a Dodger trivia question for you coming up here in the 5th inning. So get your thinking caps on. Here's a high pop-up. And Steve in foul territory corrals it. Nice play, 2 down. Well, he's flashing some Gold Glove leather over there at first base so far with a tremendous scoop. And now the batter's going to be Carlos Cruz Acevedo, the third place hitter in the lineup for Jeffrey Brown's Orange County Dodgers. Both teams coming in here with a 1-win, 1-loss record. We're in the 45 and over Cactus Division. This is the third of 6 round-robin play. And then you'll have, on Saturday, you'll have the quarterfinals and the semifinals, and then, or that'll be on Friday, and then Saturday, as that swung on and missed. And a 3-up, 3-down inning for Gurecki, and then Saturday, the championship will be played over at Salt River Fields. After 1, no score from Goodyear Ballpark. Heading now to the top of the second inning here, the Yankees will send to the plate Fontalvo, Msbl, and Saccolari. Fontalvo, Henry Fontalvo, former nightclub singer, regarded as the best-looking guy on the Nassau Yankees, as this one's popped up to our kind of a Matt Kemp look-alike, sort of, as Cruz Acevedo makes the play, and there's 1 down. I'll bring up Mike Doc Msbl, longtime Msbl competitor. He swings and fouls it off, and it's 0-1. Second inning of work for Nate Jack, a.k.a. Nate Jack Kershaw. Top of the second, no score. That's just a bit high. And the count is even on Msbl at 1-1 Jeff Lowery with you from Goodyear Baseball Park, the winter home of the Indians and the Reds. Changeup stays high, and it's 2-1. Nate Jack got out of a bases-loaded 2-out jam in the top of the first inning. Look out. I guess that first pitch, I thought that was a strike, and that's a 3-0 walk. 3-0 count. Threw it over his head. Ball 4. And now Sacolari. Little hit and run by manager Tom Broderick, and it's fouled straight back. And Bill is down, no balls and 1 strike. We're in the top of the second inning. In the dirt, Chris Phillips doing the catching here today. Acevedo at first, Young at second, Lane at shortstop, as this one is hammered out into left field for a base hit. So hit number 3, Bill Sacolari comes up with the 3rd hit of the day for the Nassau Yankees. Runners are at first and second. And Roger Johnson will be the final hitter in the lineup. He is hitting in the, let's see, that would be the 10A spot, and then Jared Bates looks like he'll be in the 10B position. AB, meaning 2 players can share the same position in the batting order. Give you the defense here in a second. For the Orange County Dodgers, Acevedo at first, Young at second, Spud Lane at short, Huerta at third, Olson in left, McFadden center, and Ganster the gangster in right, Phillips catching, and Nate Jack in his second inning of work. He's in trouble again. First and second, only 1 man out, going up against Roger Johnson, and this one gets away. That's a wild pitch, and they'll be at second and third. So the Yankees threatening again with 2 men in scoring position and 1 out, and the pitch to Roger Johnson is way outside. It gets away from the catcher, and the throw to the plate won't be in time, and the Yankees draw first blood. 1-0 Nassau here in the top of the second inning on a couple of wild pitches. That could have been a pass ball, but I would say that was a wild pitch. And that's low ball 4, second walk of the inning. And runners are at first and third, still with only 1 out against Nate Jack. Now we should be going to the top of the order here with Roger Young, who is a strikeout victim back in the first inning. He bats here in the top of the second. 1 run in. And the runner from first will take second. That is not a stolen base. That will be ruled defensive indifference. And Young is ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes, with Anthony Vasquez 1 for 1 at the plate here today, waiting in the wings on deck. That's out of play. 2 balls, 1 strike to Roger Young here in the top of the second inning. A run is in, and the Yankees lead the Dodgers 1-0. Outside, good-looking pitch there by Nate Jack. Depending on the umpire, it could be a strike, it could be a ball, it could be a strike later in the game. Low and away, ball 4. Not accusing this umpire of that, but I've seen pitches in this tournament where the ball was literally in the other batter's box as the fastball is taken for a called strike, and Nate Jack gets out in front of Anthony Vasquez. This one is fouled out of play. No balls and 2 strikes. Wow, and that one was close. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gary Jackson on deck. Bases loaded, 1 out, and a chopping ball towards the shortstop. It's under his glove and into center field. 1 run is going to score. Here comes a throw to the plate, and it's overshot everybody. Runners will be at second and third. It's a 2-run single, the second hit of the day for Anthony Vasquez. Runners are at second and third, and it's 3-0 Nassau. So Henry, part of the switch, and this is going to get away from the catcher. Here comes the runner home. He's out of there. What an outstanding play by Chris Phillips. And they were very lucky the Dodgers got that very good bounce off the backstop, and it came right back to Phillips. He was Johnny on the spot, and give some credit to Nate Jack as he was covering home plate. So that one goes 2-1, and now a ground ball to the right side by Gary Jackson, and he beats it out. They throw the ball away, allowing the 4th run of the inning to score. That'll be an infield hit and an RBI for Jackson, and it's now 4-0 Yankees here in the top of the 2nd inning. Hit number 4 of the day, and Jackson with good speed at first base with Tim Devine, the cleanup hitter, at the plate. A pair of 1-1 teams battling here, and it's been a bad inning so far for the Orange County defense. Thank you. Of course, today, is election day, and I wonder how the big guy's doing, and I'm wondering how the other guy's doing. Wonder if he ever. All right, I'm not getting political. All right, I'm not getting. Someone says, "Nah, don't do it." All right, I'll be nice. As Tim Devine battling up there, it's been a long inning for Nate Jack, the right-hander for the Dodgers. 4 runs have come across here in the top of the 2nd inning, and he just got a piece of that, fouling it straight back. Rich Gurecki hoping for a chance on deck. Still only 1 man out in the inning, and this one is skied into center field. This is a long run, a diving attempt to no avail. And another run is going to score. That'll be an RBI single and a 2-for-2 day so far for Tim Devine. It is a 5-run inning with 2 outs, Forgot about the play at the plate. And now Rich Gurecki pops one up, and Spud has it in shallow left field. But a big 5-run spot for the Nassau Yankees. And as we go to the bottom of the 2nd inning from Goodyear Ballpark, it's 5-0 Nassau over Orange County. Well, the Dodgers went out in order in the bottom of the 1st inning. They come to the plate here in the bottom of the 2nd, and cleanup hitter Mark Myers. He'll be followed by Xavier Huerta and Tyler Olson. Right side of the infield, and who wants it? Johnson's under it, calling, got it. So Roger Johnson taking care of business, and the first 4 that Rich Gurecki has faced, he has retired. Bottom of the 2nd inning, the Yankees lead the Dodgers 5-0. Xavier Huerta will be the hitter. He takes a strike to even the count at 1-1. That one just off the outside part of the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. Tyler Olson, the left fielder, on deck. Yankees score 5 runs in the 2nd inning and lead it 5-0. Here's a drive into deep left field. He hit it a ton. The ball's going to be caught out there by Gary Jackson, and there is 2 down here in the 2nd. That'll bring up Tyler Olson. First pitch, called strike. One of the things we've noticed with Gurecki through the 1st inning and 2/3 is that he has got good command of that fastball outer half to the right-hand hitters. He gets a called strike there, and it's quickly 0-2 on Tyler Olson. From Goodyear Baseball Park in Goodyear, Arizona. Opened in 2009 for the Cleveland Indians, and then 1 year later the Reds came along. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That missed high. Juan Morante is on deck for the Dodgers out of the Los Angeles, California area. And here's a high fly ball out in the right field. That's a long run, and it's going to drop in. It drops in right in front of Henry Fontalvo. And that's the first base hit of the ball game, a 1-2 pitch. And here's a line drive, base hit by Morante. So the Dodgers get their first 2 hits with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. So one Morante with a base hit, Olsen at second, 2 out, and here is Ralph Cedillo. One, an outstanding hitter. I've seen Ralph play on APN a few times. He takes a strike. That evens the count. Kevin King is on deck. 2 out, 2 on. Bottom of the second inning here from Goodyear Ballpark, and the Dodgers batting, trailing 5-0. Talking to Jeffrey Brown, the manager of the Dodgers, before the game, and he says, we're just really a close-knit team, basically. Here's a ground ball up the middle. Diving stop. Are you kidding me? He throws him out at second to retire the side. Anthony Vasquez with our Marucci big play of the day. That'll go 6-4 to retire the side. They leave 2, and at the end of 2 innings of play, 5-0 Yankees. This is APNvideo.com. As we head now to the top of the third inning, it'll be Steve Nassau, Fontalvo, and Msbl, the first 3 for Tom Broderick's Nassau Yankees. And that ball hit him. So the leadoff hitter is aboard for the first time for the Nassau Yankees, and here's Henry Fontalvo. First pitch is low and inside, ball 1. Henry popped up to the first baseman, and here's a chopper down to third, and a nice play by Huerta, and around the horn. No, they'll get the fielder's choice at second base. 1 down in the inning. That goes 5-4 for those scoring at home. 1 out, a runner at first base, and Mike Msbl, Doc, flies one to right. This could be trouble, and that ball's going to drop in for a hit. Ganster with a long run to get to that ball. So 2 are on with 1 man out here, and it's Bill Saccolari who had a base hit and a run scored back in that 5-run second inning. Yankees lead the Dodgers 5-0 here on APN. Dodgers trying to get out of a first and second jam. 1 ball, 1 strike on Bill Saccolari. Two balls, 1 strike to him. And a chopping ball to the shortstop. Can they turn 2? They'll go second 1, throw it on the first, and a great scoop out there by the first baseman, and a delayed call out. 6-4-3, Lane to Young to Acevedo, and we head to the home half of the third inning. It's 5-0 Yankees. It's Game 3 of the 2020 Men's Senior Baseball League World Series. First up is going to be Kevin King. He'll be followed by Brett Young and Spud Lane, the shortstop. Pulled the string on that one on Kevin King. Rich Gorecki is in his 3rd inning of work. Two balls, 1 strike on Kevin King, leading things off here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. The Dodgers could use a couple of runs here to get themselves back in the ball game. Going up against Rich Gorecki. Giving up 2 hits. And a strike called on a 3-2 count coming up here to Kevin King. He thought that was ball 4. The wind, the pitch. And it's slapped to the right side. Johnson Fields throws him out at first base. 1 up and 1 down. So Rich Gorecki has set down 7 of the 9 that he has faced. 1 down here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning, and the batter is Brett Young. Starting second baseman today. That's high. And 2 balls and 1 strike. Or 2 balls and no strikes. This one is fouled back and out of play. 2-1. And what might have been a broken bat and a basket catch for the pitcher. 2 down. Doesn't get much easier than that. That'll bring up the shortstop, Spud Lane, the last hitter in the lineup, the 11th hitter in the lineup for Jeffrey Brown's Orange County Dodgers, who bat here in the bottom half of the third, and they trail at 5-0. Spud Lane tried to hold up on that one and could not. Fleet-footed shortstop for the OC Dodgers. And he had a pretty good cut at that one as he fouls it off at the plate. There's a closer up look of Spud Lane. And a short pop-up, but right at Lee Sal at first base, and an easy 1-2-3 inning for Gorecki and the Yankees. At the end of 3, Yankees have a nice lead of 5-0. This is game number 3 of the World Series. Here's a ball hit on a couple of hops to the second baseman, and Young is up and throws him out. That's Jared Bates, 1 down. Top of the 4th inning. Well, actually, let's see. I think we got a new second baseman, Arnold Chavez. I think made that play. Here's a line drive, and it's going to be caught right at the shortstop. 2 down. So Huerta has moved over from third to shortstop, so we've got some defensive changes. I'll bring up Roger Young. We go back to the top of the Yankees lineup. Roger has struck out. He has walked. Yankees got all 5 runs in the top of the 2nd inning. They have 6 hits in total, 5 runs. And it's the 4th inning of work for the starter, Nate Jack, as he battles leadoff hitter Roger Young. 2 out, nobody on here in the top of the 4th inning. Chopping ball down to third. Gobbled up nicely there. Here's the long throw across, and the high throw is going to be dropped. I think you got to give him a base hit. I think it was such a bang-bang play over there, and I think Roger Young I think he would have beat it out. So that is the 7th hit, if you allow me to be the official score. Runner at first base. He's a threat to steal, and here's Vasquez. All he's done is gone 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs. And another opportunity for Carlos Cruz, Acevedo, and he got it. They get 1 no runs, 1 hit, and 1 left on. Bottom of the 4th coming up. Yankees with a 5-0 lead over the Dodgers as Orange County comes to the plate in the bottom of the 4th. Now we head now to the bottom half of inning number 4. The Dodgers coming up to the plate. They've been shut out through 3 innings. Rich Gorecki has had 2 1-2-3 innings, and now will set his sights on the top of the order here. But nope, they are adding to the bottom of the order, and this is going to be Chris Phillips, the catcher. And he hits a broken back ground ball to the right side. Johnson Fields throws, got him 1 down. We got a new first baseman for the Yankees. As you get a look at Roger Johnson, number 3. And Jared Bates is now playing first base. Ground ball, first pitch off the bat of Craig Ganster, and he is thrown out, 2 down, or rather McFadden. So Skills McFadden thrown out on a 6-3 ground out. So a 4-3 and a 6-3 ground out. Now Craig Ganster. And the first pitch is hit into center field. This is a long run, and it's going to be dropped by the center fielder. Roger Young will be charged with an error, and Craig goes into second base. That'll keep the inning alive for Carlos Cruz Acevedo, and he's first pitch hitting. He hits it down to third. Here's the throw to first, and they got him side retired. We head to the top of the fifth inning with the Yankees leading the Dodgers 5-0. This is the 33rd annual Men's Senior Baseball League's World Series on APN. Jeff Lowery back here from the winter home of the Cincinnati Reds and the Cleveland Indians. I was actually, believe it or not, I was the first public address announcer for this stadium back in 2009. Top half of the fifth inning, and Gary Jackson grounds one to the right side, and it's going to be thrown away. It goes into the dugout, and he will take second. E4. Leadoff hitter aboard, and now Tim Devine, foul territory. It's out of play. No balls and one strike on the Yankee cleanup hitter. That's outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Tim singled back in the first, drove in a run with a single in the second inning, and the Yankees scored all 5 of their runs in the top of the second inning and lead it here 5-0. Top of the fifth inning. Gary Jackson, very close play at second base. And here's a smash into left field, and that one's going to get by the left fielder. It's going to go all the way to the fence. The center fielder comes all the way over. It's going to be an RB. Well, it's going to be a base hit, an error on the left fielder, no RBI. Tim Devine made it to second and now has a courtesy runner. Gary Jackson scores to make it 6-0 Yankees. So an unearned run will be staked to the tally for Nate Jack. And a ground ball knocked down by the shortstop. Can he get up? He does, but throws late. And that'll be another error. So the first 3 hitters for the Nassau Yankees have benefited from a Dodger error. 3 Dodger errors in the inning. And now you got runners at first and third with nobody out, and Steve Leesaw looking for his first hit. He was hit by a pitch. And he grounds one to the right side, got the convenient hop. Here's Young throwing the second, and they're going to get the out there. But the 7th run of the game for the Yankees comes across, and it's 7-0 Nassau. Fielder's choice for Leesaw and an RBI. And now Fontalvo to center field. Long run and a fine running catch by Darren McFadden way out there in deep center field. Well, an excellent play. So 2 down and a runner at first base. Here's Mike Msbl. Called strike. It's 0-1. Nate Jack in his 5th inning of work. I think overall he got into some trouble in that 5th inning. You take that inning away, I mean, all the runs in this inning, everything scoring from here on out is unearned. They'll get the fielder's choice, 6-4, Huerta over to Brett Young. They get 2 runs, lead at 7-0. Bottom half of the 5th inning coming up here from the 33rd annual Men's Senior Baseball League's World Series. Bottom half of inning number 5. It'll be Mark Myers, Xavier Huerta, and Tyler Olson. They'll be the first 3 for the Dodgers. This is our trivia question inning. I don't think any of you will get the answer. But I'll give you the question nonetheless. Two balls, 2 strikes. All right, here we go. Since the Dodgers moved to Los Angeles back in the late 50s, that's swung on and missed. And that is the second strikeout of the day for Rich Gurecki, who has thrown 4 1/3 inning of shutout baseball and has given up only 2 hits so far. The batter is going to be Huerta, who moved from third base to shortstop an inning or two ago. And he takes a strike, and it's 1-1. Since the Dodgers moved to Los Angeles in the late 50s, 58, I believe, was their first year. Can you name the top 5 RBI leaders, career RBI leaders in LA Dodger history? That is swung on and missed, and back-to-back strikeouts to start the home half of the 5th inning for Rich Gurecki. 2 down, and the left fielder is Tyler Olson. Well, to be honest with you, I probably would have gotten 3 or 4 of them. I definitely would have got 3 of them. One guy on the list, I didn't realize what a career he had. He played for the Dodgers in the early 60s, well, throughout the 60s. And one is a recent guy. If you've been paying attention, I even made reference to him. So there's your hint. Here's a line drive. That's speared by the third baseman. Excellent catch by Mike Msbl to retire the side as we head now to inning number 6. It's 7-0. Yankees lead it here on APN Sports. Sacolari will lead things off. He'll take a strike, and he's down no balls and 1 strike. Top of the 6th inning, 7-0 Yankees here. Sacolari, and then should be Roger Johnson on deck. Here's a fly ball out into left field, and Ganster is there to make the catch. He started the game out in right field, and now he's out in left field. So Sacolari, 1 down. And that'll bring up Roger Johnson, who's in the 10-AB position. He is the A hitter with Jared Bates. He walked and scored back in that 5-run second. 6th inning of work for Nate Jack, who at times has pitched very well. Now, he did struggle. He had too many walks that led to the 5 runs in the 2nd inning, but all the runs scored by the Yankees in the 5th inning were unearned. And he really jam-shotted the hitter that time, and that's going to be an infield hit. Not a whole lot you could do with that play. And you could see Chris Phillips was wanting to maybe flip it to Nate, which would have been a smart play, no doubt about it. All right, so number 30 is going to be added to the bottom of the order for the Nassau Yankees, led by their manager, Tom Broderick. So Pete batting for the first time as the Yankees bat here in the top of the 6th inning. Another thrower to first, and the runner is back. Yankees lead 7-0, and a swing and a miss. Sound like it might have actually, the bat may very well have hit the glove. The 2 umpires, this is a really good umpiring crew right here. Had the pleasure to filming several of their games, so that's going to be catcher's interference as Pete heads down to first base. And we go back to the top of the order, Roger Young. I would say of all the umpires, and we've seen a drifting strike zone, we see it every year, I really believe that these 2 guys are probably the most consistent umpires I've seen. They're working hard. Young is batting for the 4th time. There goes the runner to third, and he's going to be in without a throw, an easy stolen base. So Roger Johnson swipes third, 1st and 3rd with 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. And here's a shot by Roger Young, base hit left field, and the Yankees lead 8-1. RBI single for Roger Young. Scoring is Johnson. Runners are at 1st and 2nd. It's 8-0, excuse me. 8-0. And the batter is Anthony Vasquez. Ball 1 to him. Well, we got a good crowd here on hand. Here's a fly ball foul and out of play. Popped him up. Infield fly rule is in effect with one out. And the catch will be made by Huerta. And there is two down here in the top of the sixth inning. A run in. It's 8-0 in favor of the Yankees. I know Garrett Webster is one of the umpires, but I'm not sure which one Garrett is, as this one is skied to center field, and Gary Jackson is going to be retired. They get a run, they leave two, and at the end of 5.5 innings of play, it's all Yankees. They lead it 8-0. This is APN Sports. First pitch, ground ball. That's going to be fielded by the shortstop, and an easy play for out number one here, as Moranti is retired 6-3 on the defensive play by Anthony Vasquez. One up and one down here for the Dodgers in the bottom of the sixth inning. And batting for the first time is today's starting pitcher, Nate Jack. No balls and one strike. Check that, no balls and two strikes, and he just blew that one by him. The fourth strikeout of the day for Rich Gurecki, and there's two down in the inning. For next batter here for the Dodgers is going to be, it takes me a little while to find it, and this is going to be Gabe, batting for the first time, and he is batting for Kevin King. So let's see if Gabe can get something going here. Bottom of the sixth inning, his Orange County Dodgers trailing at 8-0. Had a good cut, but Rich Gurecki he's just been dominant. 5 2/3 innings as this one's bounced to the second baseman. Johnson throws it away. And here comes Gabe the second. That ball goes, I think that ball actually was out of play. Nonetheless, he's going to make it. That's an error on the second baseman. And Gabe will move up into scoring position for the Dodgers. Only the third base runner that has even reached second base against Rich Gurecki has thrown 5 2/3 innings, should be 6, of 2-hit shutout baseball. And now Brett Young for the second time. Popped up to the catcher. And that's out of play. Actually, he popped up to Gurecki, and that was back in the third inning. And we'll give you the answer to our trivia question. Since the Dodgers moved to Los Angeles in 1958, who are the top 5 career RBI leaders in LA Dodger history? So don't say Pee Wee Reese. Don't say Duke Snyder. Hammered to right field and a base hit, and this should score the first run of the inning. Coming around third and scoring the game's first run for the Dodgers on a clean single to right field by Brett Young. An RBI hit, only their third hit of the game. It's an unearned run, and the lead is down to 7 at 8-1. Courtesy runner is Brendan Burdos. And now we got a new hitter announced here, and this is going to be number 30, and this is Brian Benson. So Benson batting for Spud Lane. And there's Jeffrey Brown, Jefrey, not Jeff. And the first pitch to Benson is a called strike. I enjoyed talking to both managers before the game. Here's a throw down to second. That's going to be a stolen base. You saw the speed pay off there as Brendan swipes second base. And the Dodgers could use another run, trailing by 7 at 8-1, and they're starting to run out of outs. So Benson at the plate. And strike 3 called on the outside corner. The 5th strikeout for Rich Gurecki. They get a run, they leave one, and at the end of 6, it's 8-1 Yankees. This is APN Sports. And we're coming to you from beautiful Goodyear Baseball Park on election night. We go to the top of the 7th inning. And Nate Jack is still out there in his 7th inning of work. He will be facing the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, including cleanup hitter Tim Devine, who is a perfect 3 for 3 at the plate. He has scored a run. He has driven in a run. The run scored actually was a courtesy runner. Well, Nate is still bringing it up there with some good velocity. He's got good movement on those pitches. And a swing and a miss. And can Phillips throw him out at first base? And they're going to say he was safe. The first baseman did not have his foot on the bag. So Devine reaches here to start the top of the 7th inning, and now the pitcher, Rich Gurecki. Courtesy runner is Gary Jackson, and he just swipes second base. Runner at second, nobody out. Look out. And Rich Gurecki, a bad stare out at Nate Jack, and I thought for a moment maybe there might go to fisticuffs here. Of course, you know, the Yankee-Dodger rivalry down through the years has always been very heated. Jeff Brown, the manager of the Orange County Dodgers, long talk with Nate Jack, and that might be just to give his pitcher a chance to warm up down there in the bullpen. Three balls and no strikes on Rich Gurecki, who has walked, popped the shortstop, and has reached on an error. We're in the top of the 7th inning. Yankees batting, leading 8-1 with a runner at third and nobody out. And that's ball 4. It gets away from the catcher. The run will score in Gary Jackson. It's 9-1 in favor of Nassau. Gurecki will reach first base with a walk. Leesaw batting for the 3rd time. And manager Jeffrey Brown is back out there, and this is going to be a pitching change. So Nate Jack goes 6+, and he will give way to another right-hander, Gabe Aguinaga. So Aguinaga will be the second pitcher employed here in this game by Jeffrey Brown. Tom Broderick, the manager over there on the third base side, all smiles. Why not? A run is scored here in the 7th inning, top of the 7th for the Yankees. Mark Myers is now the catcher for the Dodgers, and Aguinaga's first pitch is taken low for ball 1. Steve he's looking for his first hit of the day, though he has an RBI. He's 0 for 2. He's been hit by a pitch. And he swings and wallops one way back foul down the right field line. And here's a ball hit well in the right field and played on a short hop. Well, a nice job by Brett Young keeping that ball in front of him, and they'll be at first and third with nobody out. That is the 11th hit of the day as Leesaw gets his first hit of the day. And Fontalvo is looking for his first hit. He pops it up. Gabe gives chase. That's a long run, and he actually overran the ball. And a swing and a miss on a good breaking pitch. That might have been a slider from Gabe. 2 strikes, and he leaves it too high. 2-2. Runners at first and third, nobody out. With a run in, it is now 9-1 in favor of the Nassau Yankees here on APN Sports. And he just did get a piece of that one. Henry has popped out, he is hit into a fielder's choice, and he has flied to center field. We're in the top of the 7th inning. The pitch to Henry. And a smash off the pitcher's mound. They'll get the fielder's choice at second base as the run comes in. 2 runs have come across, and that makes it a 10-1 game. Yankees on top. So here's Doc Sable. He's batting for the 4th time. He had a walk and a run scored in the 2nd, a single in the 3rd. Hit into a fielder's choice in the 5th inning. So he's 1 for 2 with a run scored. Runner at first, 1 out, and a ground ball. The shortstop. They'll go second 1, and the turn to first, and that's a double play, and that'll retire the side. Good job, 6-4-3. Huerta got it started. They get a run, and they leave 1. As we head now, they've left 10 in the game, the Yankees have. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. And Nate Washington will be added, I believe, to the bottom of the order here, number 45. So Nate Washington against Rich Gurecki. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. After the Yankees score 2 times in the top of the 7th inning, they now lead it by a score of 10-1. High fly ball out in the center field. This could be trouble. But not trouble for the center fielder who races over there, and that's Young, 1 down. So a nice catch to start the bottom half of the 7th inning. And this is going to be Lawrence Q. Marshall. So Marshall's going to get some action in here, and he's quickly down, no balls and 2 strikes. All right, our trivia question answer. Since the Dodgers moved to Los Angeles in 1958, who are their top 5 run producers career? And a pop-up that Rich Gurecki is calling for and will make the catch right in front of home plate, and there's 2 down. Nice play by Rich. So 2 up and 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And the first pitch swinging, and Ganster hits it right to the second baseman, and he will haul it in. So a 3 up, 3 down inning, and Rich Gurecki just continues to. They send him up, and he sends them back down. And at the end of 7 innings of play, 9-1 Yankees. This is APNvideo.com. And it looks like we've got a new third baseman. I can't quite read the number. We'll try to get it later. 2nd inning of work for Gabe Aguinaga. Strike called on Bill Saccaleri. Batting for the 4th time. He has a base hit to his credit. He's 1 for 3 with a run scored. So the top 5, we'll start with number 5. You don't have to get them in order. I don't think anybody, but I think it's kind of interesting. Matt Kemp, who we kind of mentioned earlier. That's a big swing and a miss, and Gabe has come in here and really put out the flames. That's a big strikeout, 1 down. Nobody on. We're in the top of the 8th inning. Yankees with a 9-1 lead. And Jared Bates batting for the 2nd time in the AB 10 spot with Roger Johnson, and he is 0 for 1. Matt Kemp, 733 career. He is 5th on the list. And that one is pounded down the left field line, fair ball. And it looks like Bates is going to go and stay right there at first base with a long single. And we're going back to the top of the Nassau lineup. No, we're going to add one to the bottom, and that's going to be an infield hit. So Tony Simone with an infield hit, back-to-back hits, 13 hits now in total. And Tom Broderick will bat for the first time, the manager of the Nassau Yankees. Number 4 on the list, I knew this one. Ron Cey finished with 842 career RBIs as a Dodger. And he grounds one down to first base, and it took a bad hop. It gets through Cruz Acevedo. And now the bases are loaded. That'll be an error on the first baseman. Now Roger Young. So after the leadoff strikeout, a single, an error, and now Roger Young up there. One and one the count. So you got Ron Say, number 3 on the list, and a lot of you may not even remember this guy, and I would have never got this. As this one is lined to the shortstop, he knocks it down. Will he have a play? He will at third. They get the fielder's choice, but the run will score to make it a 10-1 ball game. So Roger Young hits into a fielder's choice, give him his second RBI of the day, and now the shortstop Vasquez. Well, the guy third, Willie Davis. And I just didn't remember the kind of career as this pop-up is going to be corralled by the catcher. Nice play to retire the side. We'll finish the trivia question answer when we come back. They get another run. And as we go to the bottom half of the 8th inning, it is Yankees 11, the Dodgers 1. You're watching the 33rd Annual Men's Senior Baseball League's World Series. This is APN. All right, we go now to the bottom of the 8th inning. Carlos Cruz Acevedo will be the batter. And he sends a long shot in the right field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. Acevedo opens up the bottom half of the 8th inning with the Dodgers trailing 10-1. Here's a ground ball up the middle, and this could be a double play ball. Step on the bag for one. Vasquez's throw is high. Acevedo is going to be retired on the fielder's choice off the bat of Mars. Here's Huerta. He is flied out and struck out. Willie Davis, who is third all-time on the LA Dodger RBI list, had over 2,500 hits in his career. He had over 1,000 RBIs in his career. He had nearly 400 stolen bases and was a .279 hitter. Now, for somebody who played most of their time in a pitcher's era of the 60s, those are very, very impressive numbers. And, of course, Eric Karros, who I think is still the all-time home run leader in LA Dodger history, is second to Steve Garvey, who finished with 992 career RBIs as a Los Angeles Dodger first baseman. This has got trouble written all over it, and Johnson can't make the play, and they're at first and second. Second hit of the inning, but only the 5th hit of the day off Rich Gurecki. And here's a ball hit in the air, shallow right. It's going to be caught off the bat of Chris Svendin. Chris Svendin, easy for me to say. And there's 2 down. Second time up for Jack. He had a healthy cut at that one, and that's a strike. The 8th inning of work for Rich Gurecki. And a swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes on the Dodgers starting pitcher, Nate Jack. And he blew it by him. That is his 6th strikeout of the day, and the side is retired. So we go to the top of the 9th inning. No runs, 2 left. We go to the top of the 9th inning. The Nassau Yankees in command here. Well, the Dodgers are going to bring on a new pitcher. And this is Chris Svendin. Agi Naga, I thought, pitched very well in relief. So we go to the top of the 9th inning. It's 10-1 Nassau. And the first pitch is inside for ball 1. One ball and no strikes. Outside 2-0. Gary Jackson batting for the 5th time. He's hit into a fielder's choice, singled in a run. He has scored twice. He is 1 for 4 at the plate. And he took a big, healthy cut at that one and came up empty-handed. Ground ball to the right side, and a nice play on the convenient hop, and 1 up and 1 down here. So Brendan taking over the duties at second base. Here's Tim Devine. He has gotten on base all 4 times. He struck out back in the 7th, but reached because of a pass ball. Yankees' big inning was at 5 runs second, and the Dodgers just cannot break through against Rich Gurecki. He has thrown 8 innings of 5 hit, 6 strikeout baseball, and that hit the batter. So you got a runner at first base. And Jason Carter batting, and now the ball thrown away and down the line, and well, I'll tell you what, Gary Jackson ought to make third easily. Here's the throw coming in, and he does. So he goes in safe standing. Walks and errors have definitely hurt Orange County here today. And now Jason Carter. And a nice job by the new catcher, Mark Myers. He came in a couple of innings ago. Chris Phillips was working awfully hard back there, and a well-deserved rest. Good pitch on the outside corner. Tried to get him to fish on that one, and Chris missed. He's about 8 or 9 inches off the plate, maybe a little bit more. Working the corners against the right-hander. Jason Carter batting for the Yankees here in the top of the 9th inning. That one almost got him. Dodger pitching has hit the Yankees 3 times, and a swing and a miss. And a strikeout for out number 2. And Steve Nassau coming to the plate, 1 for 4. He's got an RBI. He singled his last time up in the 7th. 11-1 Yankees here. We're in the top of the 9th inning. Steve Nassau digging in here and trying to push across yet another run. He's done a great job defensively at first base. Nice play by Mark Myers, the catcher for the Dodgers. So the first inning for Chris, and he's trying to take care of the Yankees in it would be the first scoreless inning since the 4th. And a good cut. Nassau doesn't get cheated up there. He's down 2 strikes as Chris kicks and deals. And this ball is hammered down the right field line, a base hit. That's going to score another run, and it gets by the right fielder. A tough angle down there. And Steve will head into second with an RBI double, and the Nassau Yankees now lead at 12-1. That'll bring up Mike the Doc Sable. Gary Jackson, courtesy running, scores. Or check that, the batter is Henry Fontalvo, who is looking for his first base hit. No balls and 1 strike. Henry has reached twice on a fielder's choice as an RBI to his credit. Now Chris wants a new baseball. Zenden with a runner at second and 2 out the pitch. And a line drive caught by the second baseman to retire the side. That'll save a run and end the inning. So Brendan with the final put out of the top of the 9th inning. The Yankees get 1, they leave 1, and lead 12-1 after 8.5 innings of play. And you're watching the 33rd annual Msbl World Series, and Rich Gurecki is coming out for the complete game. He has pitched 8 innings of 5-hit, 1-run baseball. That 1 run was unearned. He has struck out 6, and here's a line drive base hit by Juan Moranti as he goes the opposite way, and he is aboard. A leadoff single, only the 6th hit given up by Rich Gurecki, and now the batter is going to be, well, the pitcher, Gabe Aguinaga, who I thought came in and did a nice job on the mound in relief of starting pitcher Nate Jack. There goes the runner, and down 12-1. The Dodgers are stealing, and that's going to be a successful stolen base. So they got a runner in scoring position here in the bottom of the 9th inning, trailing by 11. And Gabe takes outside a ball. Bottom of the 9th inning. Tried to hold up on that swing and got a piece of it. And that's strike 3 called. I think Gabe knew it. Outstanding pitch. That's 7 strikeouts now. Runner at second with 1 out. That's going to bring up the second baseman, Brendan Burdows. A swing and a foul tip. Gurecki going upstairs. Well, Rich has pitched a whale of a game as Brendan lines one to Gary Jackson in left field. And this might be a 7 unassisted double play, and it is. Gary Jackson on a sinking line drive makes an outstanding catch, and the Texas native with the first ever 7 unassisted double play in MSBL World Series history. And our final score, the Dodgers win it 12-1 behind the game MVP pitching of Rich Gurecki. 6 innings of 1 run, 7 strikeout baseball. And this has been a presentation of APN Video Sports. Arizona's leader, there he is, number 33, Rich Gurecki, our player of the game. So long from Goodyear Ballpark.